I'm Julie Herman of Jaybird Quilts, and welcome to the Quilts for Baby and Beyond Sew-Along. Today, I'm going to give an overview of the book and the projects we will be making during the sew-along. Let's get started. Designing the quilts and developing the book, Quilts for Baby and Beyond, is one of the projects that I'm most proud of in my 10-plus years of designing quilts as Jaybird Quilts. My son, Nathan, who can be seen here on the cover at different ages, inspired this book. During my pregnancy, I began to come up with the ideas, and then after he was born, I continued to develop them with the knowledge that I had as a new mom with the specific needs that I had. For example, this quilt is round and can be seen here and works perfect in a stroller so that none of the edges get caught in the wheels. This one here happens to have been made for my second son, William. This book came together during a 3-year period and was released right before my son William was born last year. I'm excited to do this sew along with you, and today I'm going to cover the basics of this book. You can see a few of the projects on the cover. There's 12 projects in this book, 9 quilts and 3 pillows. When you open it up, you see one of my favorite quilts, and we are going to sew this one during the sew along. It's called Watch Me Grow. It is great for showing growth, and you can see these pictures of Nathan as he grew, and you can watch him literally grow, hence why I named the quilt Watch Me Grow. I have this dedication to Nathan up here. Then this picture shows off many of the quilts, goes over the table of contents, what pages you'll find each of the patterns on. Acknowledgements of people who helped me along in my journey of putting this book together. A solid color guide. Many of the quilts in this book have lots of solid colors, especially rainbows. I wanted to include this guide so that if you happen to like the exact colors that I used for a quilt, you can easily find them in any quilt shop. Then I included all kinds of basic information, an introduction about the ruler, about the patterns, how I intended them to be used, as well as basic quilt making instructions. If you've never done a Jaybird Quilts pattern, this is where to start. This is everything from my brain, how I work with 60-degree shapes, how I suggest cutting fabrics, selecting your fabrics, my hang pin technique, which many people find extremely helpful for matching points, additional information on quilt backs, preparing to quilt, as well as some bonus projects that I'll include the links to below. Information on binding, including straight of grain, bias, binding width options, as well as options on how to calculate, cut, to join strips, and to sew them onto your quilt are all included in the book. They begin on page 13. I love this pink fabric, and I know that I want to use it to bind a couple quilts. I prefer bias binding, especially on baby quilts, as it's stronger and will wear better over time. So I've taken a yard of this pink fabric and gone ahead and cut it into 2¼ inch bias binding. Now I have 640 inches wrapped up here, and this will be enough so that I can bind a couple of the quilts that I'm going to make. All of the shapes for the quilts and pillows in Quilts for Baby and Beyond can be cut with the Super Sidekick ruler. One ruler allows you to cut triangles, diamonds, and half triangles. Detailed directions for how to cut each of those shapes, the diamonds, the triangles, and the half triangles, are included on pages 17 through 19 in the beginning of the book. Then each pattern includes a diagram of what shapes are needed for that specific project. Additionally, full-size templates are included in the center of the book if you don't have the ruler yet or don't have access to purchase it. Next week, we'll focus on cutting shapes from the Super Sidekick ruler: triangles, diamonds, and half triangles. Additional instructions on cutting directional fabrics are included each week in reference to the quilt that they refer to. Week 3, we'll work on making big and small triangles pillows. These pillows are an ideal first project as they are a great introduction to working with 60-degree shapes. We'll go over making them from solids, basics, directional prints, as well as scraps. Week 4, we'll work on making a Cuddles quilt. Cuddles is available in baby, adult, as well as a doll quilt. We'll focus on the baby and adult quilt during the sew-along. This week we'll introduce working with diamonds. Week 5, we'll be working on the Rookie of the Year quilt. This quilt finishes as a circle and is ideal for using in a stroller as the edges don't get caught in the wheels. It's also great for using to cover a baby in a car seat, as well as taking on the go as it is small and folds up to fit in a diaper bag. Week 6, we'll be making Watch Me Grow. This quilt is ideal for taking milestone photos, as it is great for showing the growth of a baby against the triangles in the background of the quilt. Week 7, we'll be making a color wheel quilt. This bold quilt comes together using 18 fabrics with large triangles and diamonds. It's a great family-size quilt that can be used on many adventures and is ideal for teaching kids colors. During week 8, we will be making Tummy Time All-Star. This quilt is designed to be used during tummy time with a baby. It has medium-sized diamonds that are great to showcase a rainbow of prints or solids. I look forward to doing this sew-along with you, and I'm here to answer any questions you have. Thanks for tuning in here today. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it, share your comments with us, and subscribe to this channel. You can also turn on notifications for this channel to receive an alert when we post new videos. We're looking forward to seeing your quilts for Baby and Beyond projects. Share them with us as well as your progress on social media using #JaybbirdBaby. I'll be back here next week to go over cutting with the Super Sidekick ruler. See you soon!